What's going on? It's your boy God by 2019. I got another one for y'all. Y'all excuse me. If I can't get it on, I apologize to all my viewers. I'm trying to adjust this. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy God by 2009. Y'all excuse me. I'm trying to get everything together. There we go. Thank you so much. I got another good one for y'all today. I know it's been a little while since I did one. And thank you so much for everybody who supported. I know everybody been busy, so I know everybody hasn't really got the time to watch my other videos that I've done. But I know during the new year, everybody get a chance to catch up. But for those who still in tune with me, I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much for watching and supporting and liking the videos. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all make sure y'all like as y'all into the chat room. I'm gonna do this one for y'all. I'm gonna definitely do one to thank everybody and have a final talk with y'all. But I'm gonna do this one for y'all right quick because this one's a little request I'm doing for my boy Nito T. If you watching, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for showing love. I usually wouldn't do this like this, but I appreciate it. So I'm gonna do this one for him. And this is all about Scorpio intensity. And I decided to put a little twist into it, and I'm gonna make it the Scorpio of intensity of 2019. And I'm gonna take it for there. I'm gonna explain to y'all. Y'all just give me a minute to set up. Thank you so much again for everybody that's coming in, checking in. I know it's a busy year. Already happy New Year's, and those who haven't seen me, happy holidays. Trying to set up everything. Because this stuff always seems so cloudy, and trying to make it work for y'all so y'all can get the best. Yeah, I appreciate that. Y'all just give me 1 second to set up everything. Plus to give everybody a little time to come in. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for all my new supporters, all my new subscribers. And I got a lot of new stuff coming up. I just wanted to basically for this year, I just wanted to basically get more, information out to y'all. I still haven't forgot. I still got a lot more stuff coming up for y'all, but I wanted to at least do a video for y'all. I know a lot of people don't really do a lot of videos near the end of the year, but I'm gonna do a little something for y'all because I told you I enjoy doing this. I love doing this for y'all. So thank you so much.
Stop falling down the YouTube rabbit hole.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, see a couple more people come in. Please make sure you like as you enter the chat. Hey Sheena, hey Dominique, hey Asia, hey Desiree. Thank you so much for all the love. Please make sure you like as you enter. So I'm gonna go into this one, then I'm gonna get back with y'all. One thing you got to understand when you dealing, in this year, one thing I've been really feeling about 2019, especially as far as being a Scorpio male or dealing with Scorpio, I feel like this year has been extremely intense. And I know a lot of times when you think about Scorpio, it's very intense. But I feel like this year alone has been extremely intense as far as being a Scorpio, as far as Scorpio relationships, as far as Scorpios, um, life events, as far as Scorpios, personal family relationship, as far as Scorpio's personal life decisions, as far as Scorpio growth. Because I feel like this year of 2019, me personally as being God by 2009, I had to really look deep into myself. I had to really grow. How I tell y'all all the time that as Scorpio man, we always are trying to evolve. We're always trying to find the next step. We're always trying to get to the next place, and not just in, finances or in business alone, but we're trying to advance as far as evolving, becoming better men, becoming better individuals, becoming overall better human beings. But at the same time, when you think about that, you think you have to read some type of literature or do certain things. But I had to really, dig deep, and I really had to connect and disconnect from things that I thought I would never have to disconnect from. I had to make decisions I thought I would never had to make as far as trying to grow. But at the same time, it's been enormous growth as far as me and growing into my Phoenix level. And I think that's what a lot of Scorpios have been doing this year. A lot of us have been basically weighing out the highs and lows of being a Scorpio, of being an individual, of seeing where we want to be, of seeing who we want to be, exactly where we're trying to head. And one thing about us as Scorpio men that a lot of people don't understand, we are always thinking ahead of the game. We always trying to figure out, where we're trying to be exactly, who are we trying to be in the next 15, not even saying we're going to be here for the next 2 years, but the way Scorpio move, we always doing things way ahead of schedule. So we always do things in retrospect as though if we weren't here, what things we want to do, what things are we going to do to put in place to make sure certain things happen. And a lot of times, you know, um, Scorpio, we get a lot of bad slap for, doing certain things, our disappearing, our becoming a certain aggressive. But just like I told y'all all the time, Scorpios, we're not these individuals that try to follow no pack. We don't follow no guidebook. We don't follow, you know, uh, um, the norm. We're very unorthodox in the way we do things because we're always pushing ourselves. We're always pushing towards the next thing, the next our highest self. We're always looking to be the strongest person, the stronger person. And this year has been extremely intense, and that's why whether you were dating a Scorpio or whether you have been with a Scorpio, this year you probably seen the most intense part of your relationship, whether you've been with that Scorpio for a short time, for a long time. And this year, you probably felt extreme intensities, whether it was good intensity or whether it was a lot of stressful intensity. Me and my personal relationships, it's been a lot of extreme intensity. It's been a lot of extreme highs and extreme lows. And that's one thing you have to understand about Scorpio. We are always balancing certain things because we always have to be the final person making the decision because a lot of people go by other people outside influences, but when you're dealing with a Scorpio, we do things on our, by the beat of our own drum. We follow our own path in particular, and we don't try to go by nobody's words or what nobody else tells us to do, unless they have our best interests at heart, unless they are already in our personal circle, unless they have, true love for us. Those are the type of individuals we look at because we know if we listen to somebody that truly has love for us, that have truly have respect for us and loyalty towards us, we will take on certain advice or whatever because we know you have the best in mind when it comes to the Scorpio male. I know you wanted me to do talk about the Scorpio anger in particular, but I kind of did that already. So I'm gonna mix it up and talk about both, and I'm gonna talk about the Scorpio of 2019. What has Scorpio been going through? So you won't be confused. Let me see. I see a couple. Okay. It's pretty quiet in here today. I really appreciate the love though. Thank you so much for being sticking with me. I think I accidentally paused it. Hold on. Because even with me coming to do this video, I felt intensity. I felt these intense, apprehensive, you know, emotions. I mean, I don't really understand why, because I do love, just like I tell you all the time, I do love doing the videos, and I love, doing speaking with y'all and doing things in particular, but I've been feeling these strong emotions. You know how they say a lot of stuff happens towards the end of the year, and I've been really feeling that. I've been really getting those vibes. I've been getting those strong urges, the strong emotions. You know, you feel things pulling at you. You feel you start to reflect on things. You know, you start to overreact on things. You start to overthink on things, and that's a lot of time. You might start to see that from your Scorpio in the last couple of days, or in this year as a whole, but you really gonna feel it this year. You're gonna start feeling like, oh, are you gonna feel that intense energy of your Scorpio more than ever? You're gonna feel that intense love. I feel like, even though this year, whether you had a hard struggle with your Scorpio, and I'm not talking about low vibrational Scorpio, so don't get me, pointing at them, but I'm talking about if you are in a strong relationship with the Scorpio where you build the understanding and trust and the loyalty. I feel that this in the ending of this year is going, it's almost like the result, so to say. It's almost like the conclusion. You will start to understand your Scorpio. Everything will start to become in full circle. Whether he loves you, whether he's trying to separate from you, you're gonna start feeling those intense emotions. As a Scorpio, we start feeling those intense emotions, where is you will, I'm trying to put in the right words. Say for instance, if a Scorpio wants to live, say for instance, if a Scorpio wants to live in Montana, or a Scorpio wants to live in Puerto Rico, or if a Scorpio wants to have a relationship, if a children of any kind or particular, if a Scorpio and be by itself, if a Scorpio wants to have children, if a Scorpio wants to go in a particular direction, far as business, if a Scorpio wants to start his own business, if a Scorpio wants to start doing things he done as a child, start endorsing, influencing his more inner talents. He's gonna start feeling those intense feelings. He's gonna start feeling extreme intensity coming in these last couple of days, especially today. You might really see it today, like whatever intense things, passions, urges, certain things that we had doubts in, certain directions that we wanted to go in. He's going to be 100% sure. Not only he's going to be 100% sure, that particular female Scorpio is going to be 100% sure. She's going to do everything within her power this coming year of 2020 in order to make it happen. She's going to be not just aggressive, but she's gonna do all the certain particular things. She's gonna put herself in the right position to make certain things happen. It's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be like, how I always talk about the Scorpio man as a being a more of a chess player than a checker player. It's like it's time in this year coming in 2020. You're gonna start feeling the Scorpio will start to basically make his moves, basically do the things and show his strengths. Basically lay his cards on the table, so to say, because a lot of Scorpios, we keep a poker face. We really don't show ourselves. We really don't come out of our we really don't come out of our personality, our step beside ourselves, unless we feeling these real intense emotions, or unless we really feeling this strong energies, unless we feeling that real strong natural organic energy in order to make things happen. And I feel like in 2019 was almost like the preparation, almost like us throwing the season into the pot. And the pot is representing life itself, and the seasoning is representing the hard work. It's representing the communication. It's representing the fallouts. It's representing the whatever breakups. It's representing the new relationships. It's representing uh, all the tragedies. It's representing life. It's representing death. It's representing what we learned. It's representing what we had to take away, what we had to let go. All these are representing the seasons, the seasoning of the life of the melting pot, that we're trying to fall into. And just like I told y'all, the pot will represent life for those who just came in. Y'all make sure y'all like as y'all enter the chat. I really appreciate all the love. I'm just giving y'all something because I love this video is straight out of love, you know, straight up. All this video in particular is nothing but love from God Body 2009 to my supporters. So I hope y'all really enjoyed this. I will do the best I can to bring the best content I can during the next year. But I'm gonna leave y'all with something. I'm definitely gonna do something for y'all in order to show thanks. Um, in 2020, it's 2019. For me personally, I felt like it was a preparation. At first, I felt like, man, this is one of the most extreme, hardest, periods of time in my life. But in actuality, I was able to build myself. I was able to almost go into a boot camp train life, so to say, of wisdom, so to say. I had to go to almost like a boot camp training of life. And that's why I tell y'all that Scorpios in particular, we age in dog years because we are very old souls. So a lot of stuff that we go through is like 100 times more than the average person. Not to put anybody else ups and downs down, but we feel it. We go through things that are extreme, very extreme, and this year hasn't been no exclusion from that. Like I've been, everything has been extreme. Whether it was a good greeting, a handshake from a person, whether it was a bad clash, everything. 2019 has an extreme, intense lows. And I feel like all the Scorpios that are that watch my videos, that are familiar with my videos, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about because y'all been feeling those extreme emotions. I had to really really cut off from everything. Like just in the last 5 to 7 years alone, like it's been almost like a transformation. It's been it's been a full transformation. It's like as soon as you hit that ego level, you and started transforming that phoenix level, you don't just automatically jump into that phoenix level. You almost have to go through a spiritual and mental and physical metamorphosis. And it takes a series of years to fully get comfortable, not only to learn what a phoenix Scorpio is, not only to become big, a better person and transform into your more positive and more stronger characteristics, into your wiser self, into your wiser being. I had to really really become comfortable in it. I had to learn to live in these shoes. A lot of people think, oh, once you learn these things, once you gain certain wisdoms, everything falls easy in place. Nah, once you can get the wisdom, but you have to learn to comfortably live with that wisdom. Just wisdom doesn't come with comfort. A lot of times people think wisdom and knowledge comes with a certain comfort or a certain cushion, but no, you really have to take your bumps and bruises and scars. And I feel like since 2012, me personally as God body, and I know a lot of Scorpios, they understand where I'm coming from. Like it's really been it's really been a life trying obstacle course of series of ups and downs, a series of life tests that usually take white people out of here in the game. A lot of the tests that hit Scorpio, that knocks on our door, are usually stuff that would knock the average person out, wipe the average person out. I've been able to withstand that, and by withstanding that, even though I felt like, why do I deserve this? Why am I going through these particular stages? Who else but me to go through these stages? If I want to gain certain wisdom, if I want to gain a certain strength, if I want to gain a certain mindset, maturity, I have to go through certain things. I have to go through certain holes. I had to fall And that's one thing. That's why you got to understand at times, ladies, if you dating the Scorpio man, that he's not always snapping because of something personally done to you, or some type of personal vendetta, put towards you. A lot of times it's the results of much years of hardship, much years of intense challenges, much intensity. So let me get set something up right quick. I'm gonna definitely put my links in. Please make sure you like the video. If you want to donate, please show some love if you can. Thank you so much for all my true supporters that I've shown love, that have donated, that have liked my videos, that always comment, that show love. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna make sure I put this in right quick, and I'm gonna make sure I read your comments too, because like I told y'all, I was feeling very apprehensive about doing this, and it's weird because every time I'm apprehensive and really backing away, I feel like closing myself off. I'm like, no, it's a new year. I'm entering the new year. Let me find let me find a dark corner. I just stay to myself and not really open up. I go into my Scorpio mode where I'm kind of like in almost a cave almost, and don't really communicate with people. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to communicate. I'm going to let you know exactly where I'm coming from, and where I'm trying to take this, how much I love and appreciate the abundance of love and support. Because just like I told you, coming into this new year and it's about to enter in this new year, I feel the extreme intensity. Um, I've it's even been hard to sleep the last couple of nights. I've been feeling the real intensity. And one thing about Scorpios is we're very self-reflecting. So I've been able to reflect on the past, the present, where I'm trying to go in the future, in particular, why certain things uh happened, why certain, I've been able to learn. I've been able to come up with so many conclusions, so to say. You know, just like I know you've been seeing a lot of these videos talking about how in 2019 the Scorpios exposing certain things. I understand where they're coming from. It's from my point of view. I don't know where the other Scorpios are going with the meaning, but I'm gonna tell you my personal meaning. I feel like in 2019 we exposed we expose who we are. We expose who is around us. We expose who really loves us. We expose how strong we are. We expose what things we need to work on. We expose who is really unconditionally there for us. We expose who is loyal. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we expose. That's why I feel like 2019 was a year of exposing, because I was able to expose who was really there for me from the get go. Because some people can put on the act for years, and at the end of the day, you can't really tell who they really are. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but it's easy for a person to be all congratulating you when they feel you in one spot, when they feel that they have a certain you know uh right, like they have a certain strings on you, and they expect, they know that just this is going to happen to you, or this is not going to happen to you, and they think you're going to be in one place forever, and they think they're going to have you under their elbow forever, and they think you're going to stay in the same spot, they think you're going to be in the same position. But once you start to be, oh, thank you so much for ever evolving. I appreciate your donation. Just because you you are at a certain spot and you think a person is with you, a lot of people don't learn who's really with them until they start to do things for themselves. And you don't really, and especially for us as Scorpios, we in this intense year of 2019, you really don't understand and know who you are and who really with you until you enter your Phoenix stage. Because in in your lizard stage, everybody wants to be around you. In your lizard stage, uh, a lot of people, wants to take you along. A lot of your family members, so called, love you because you're able to. you're able to be put into a category. You're able to easily be influenced. You're able to easily be manipulated. One by one from this individual to that individual. You're able to be thrown from one post to the next, in the wind, and you're able to fit under somebody's thumb perfectly, and your mindset is pretty much in the box when you're in your lizard stage, because you're not thinking outside the box. You're not thinking on a higher level. You're thinking on the lower level. So everybody is comfortable being around you in your lizard stage. You know what I'm saying? But once we start to take flight in our ego stage, you build wings. Once you're ego, you're taking the height. Think about it. Think about the differences between the lizard as an animal and the eagle as a physical animal. Think about their characteristics. Think about how the eagle takes flight thousands and thousands of feet in the air, and the lizard just waddles on his stomach amongst the other animals, amongst the other creatures, amongst his habitat in the hot sun. You know what I'm saying? Slithering under things, going around things. But the eagle, when you're in the eagle stage, you're able to look upon the horizon and see everything that you are that is going on around you. That not only that's going on around you, that is going on around anywhere that you want to look. Just like I told you, I'm doing more research of different places. I'm doing more, research of everything, of understanding myself, of understanding what's around me. I started to understand things, start to make sense of the things. It's okay to, have entertainment and things, but I started to cut the TV off. I started to really take a really good look at what's around me. And I started to look outside of things. I started to look outside the bubble as I went into my ego stage. I started to do things outside the norm of what I did in the past 20 years. I started to become somebody I didn't even know that I wasn't, that took me almost 5 years to become comfortable with, because I was no longer wanting to be some type of party animal. I wasn't no longer wanting to hang around groups of people just to be hanging around. I started to do things in my own mind. I started to realize where my own strengths were. I started to embrace my own talents. I started to look at the truth of life and the reality of life, and that's when you started to see who's really connected to you. That's when you start to get those intense clashes once you hit that phoenix stage, because people will start to fall off from you, because a lot of them, for one, can't fly in those heights. They can't breathe that air. They're not willing, not because they spiritually or physically can't. They're not going to get to those levels because they don't want to. A lot of them enjoy being amongst their peers, and they want to be pecking with the chickens. They're going to be in the herd, eating eating bread, moldy bread with the pigeons. They're gonna be eating out the trash can with the raccoons. They want a group. They want a crew of people in order to comfort illusions, in order to comfort their spiritual blindfolds. And us as Scorpios, we feel, even when we try to fit amongst those groups of people that we know we could never ever belong to, we will start to feel intense feelings of separation. Even if we, like, for me personally, as me entering to my Phoenix stage, I felt the universe physically stripping me away from groups of friends, stripping me away from family, stripping me away. I could call them. I thought I had this all figured out. I said, when I start doing well, when I start to get into my higher self, when I start to embrace my wisdom full fledged, certain people, they're gonna love this. They're gonna be with me. They're gonna understand me more than ever. They're gonna be so proud that I finally, started to understand things as a man, started to take things on my own, and do things on my own, separate from the whole pack. I'm thinking outside the box and doing things differently. But no, it's nothing like that. When you start hit that ego stage and start going to that phoenix stage, a lot of people will start to fall off from you, because think about it, the ego and the phoenix, they don't have a, a group of birds that they hang around. They're not like chickens. They're not like buzzards. They're not like pigeons. You know what I'm saying? They hang in a distinct. They're distinctly alone. That's why they're very majestic. They're very strong also, and it comes with being alone a lot of times, and that's one thing that is I think that's a lot of people misunderstand with us. A lot of times we separate from people because it's almost like a magnetic pull. You know how in science you hear about the magnetic pull of the earth. It's like start to feel the magnetic pull of wisdom. We've started to feel the magnetic pull of, like, I can't sit around and listen to ignorant music, that has no message in it no more. I can't sit around and watch silly stuff that have no message, that have no meaning. I can't sit and read a book that has no resolution. I can't sit and read and inquire about things that have no meaning, that have no ending, that have no that I learned no lesson from. You know what I'm saying? So it started to the intense. I started getting intense feelings of separation because I almost being ripped apart from everything I know. So let me go ahead and put this in. And happy New Year to everybody that's just coming in. Please make sure you like if you're just entering. Thank you so much. I told y'all I'm gonna do a little something for y'all. Let me see who's here. Asia, Nicholas, Dominique Johnson, Sheena, 211, Desiree Hodge, Takira. When a Scorpio loves you, do they hide their emotions more from the one they love? Absolutely. I had to learn to open up to people that I love, but just like I told you, at the same time, if you're a type of person that have more of a laid back or more of a serious demeanor, you know what I'm saying? But you got to understand that we are extremely serious also. So if we do tell you and open up to you and shower you with love and emotion, you have to be able to take that and understand that, because once you try to reject it, then he'll start to become negative. Then he'll start to become he started to become more colder, a lot more unfriendlier. So understand that he's not trying to hide his emotions in order to get some type of reaction, in order to hurt your feelings. He's doing it to preserve his own feelings. He's doing it to make sure he's not vulnerable, because we are men amongst men. We do not play around with love. We do not play no silly games. We it is what it is with us. If you with us, you're with us all the way, and we will hold you down forever. But if you are scattered brain, if you are all over the place, if you are silly as a goose, I used to hear the old, he's silly as a goose. If you are silly as a goose and you flap your mouth like a hen in a chicken coop, he's not going to take you seriously. He's not going to open up to you. He's not going to want to be around you too much. But if you're a person of substance, a lady of substance, a lady of foundation, a lady of spiritual and loving heart, then he will open up to you. He will be a loving man. He will be an understanding man. Uh, Let me see. Why don't they express themselves how they feel? Uh, because we're extremely introverted. We're extremely introverted, but once he starts to trust you, we don't trust a lot of people. We don't, because a lot of people are not trustworthy. So we're not gonna open up to anybody. It's just not happening. But once you establish that trust and that loyalty, he will open up to you. He will be more than happy to share, certain things with you. But he's not gonna just sit there and open up and just be, one way. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he might be very silent, and sometimes he might be a chatty box. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you do and how you move at certain times. It depends on how you receive him and how you understand him. That's how he will communicate with you. I hope that helped you, Takara. Hey Nina, thank you so much, Nina. Yeah, make sure you donate if you can. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Hey, God, thank you once again, Dominique Johnson. Scorpio man do hide their emotions, but they will show you how they feel. They will stare at you passionate and intense. And I know I'm with the Scorpio. Yeah, absolutely. Y'all make sure y'all enter. I see 16 of y'all. Y'all make sure you hit that like button. Do not come in here and not hit that like button. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and support the video. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too forever. Isha, hey y'all, hey Isha, hey Mary, happy 2020, happy 2020 to you too. Y'all make sure y'all like as y'all enter the chat room. I really would appreciate it. I'm gonna just write something in here for y'all right quick and let people know to like it. Cause I do the same. I'm guilty of doing the same thing too. Also, at times and I really like it, but I'll forget. Sometimes it just simply slipped my mind. But please, I would really appreciate it. You make sure you like the video. Thank you so much. Put one of my links in. Yeah, make sure I'm reading y'all comments and stuff, y'all questions, and just put my in. Be 1 second. This is my link if y'all want to donate, and I'm put my also put my email in if you want to email me. And my friend Nito, he asked me how do you handle Scorpio intensity along with Scorpio anger. Um, a lot of times you just gotta let the Scorpio man cool down, but at times in certain situations you just got to understand the Scorpio man. To me, it varies because you got to understand that Scorpio man personally. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you got to understand how to deal with him, but I feel like with me personally, when I become angry and intense, the best thing to do is to talk it out. Just talk it out like to people that actually care about each other. If you handle him as though he's a person that you love and care about, and not a person that's some type of burden, or not some type of person that's some type of tag along in your group or whatever, then he will be the amazing person. But if you treat it as though he's anybody, he's not gonna he's not gonna calm down. He's not gonna have any type of strong relationship with you. He's just going to be he's just going to disappear, go into his own world, and you know. But if you are in a situation where your Scorpio in particular is angry, then it's good to let it cool down. But I feel like the best thing, I feel the best when I'm in a angry mood, in an intense angry mood, is when the other person is able to not only talk to me, but to admit their wrongs as well as I admit my wrongs, and we both apologize and both open up and be honest with each other and be real with each other. Especially with the female, because I know a lot of times the female they don't know what to say or know how to come across us or whatever. But I feel like the best situations I've been able to handle is when the young lady was able to just simply apologize and or simply come to me, and I apologize also, not just one way. We both apologize and we both talk to each other and sit down at the table and actually have a good sit down. That because that it says a lot without having to say too many words. When a female is able to say sorry, when she's able to admit her wrongs, it's enormous because we live in a society where you don't get a lot of that, where a lot of people don't like to admit their wrongs. So if you're able to look at yourself, look at the situation of why Scorpio in particular is angry, figure out where does he stand, figure out where you could have went wrong, where you listening, were you as open to him as he was to you, were you as loving as he was to you. I only see 11 likes. Y'all make sure y'all like. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all not hitting that like button. Thank you so much, Sky 11 Hook. Thank you so much. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure if y'all want me to keep going, man, y'all gotta hit that like button because y'all just sitting in here. Some of y'all just watching. Y'all not hitting that like button. I don't understand it. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate all the love from those who have hit it already, but y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Don't come in here and not hit the like button. It's because the likes are looking real light right now. It's 18 of y'all, but it's only 11 likes. Yeah, don't get lazy on me. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. You know, I know I know it ain't all haters. I know somebody got to have some love, show some love. Y'all make sure y'all hit that oh, my boy Wayne Jasper, what's going on, Wayne Jasper? Just tuned in at work right now. Gotta watch. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Wayne Jasper. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, T Brown. Just found the page today. Okay, thank you, T Brown. Make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I had to dip out for a minute. Okay, no problem, Desiree. Y'all just make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate it. Y'all want me to keep going with this? Y'all gotta hit that like button because if y'all hit that like button, it ain't no need for me to keep going. Let me see. Y'all just give me 1 second. Yeah, so this year I've really been able to. I feel like this year was almost like the cherry on the cake. I've already matured. I already experienced many things that have caused me to and forced me to have to grow into a certain strength and have to grow into a certain wisdom. But I felt that this year for Scorpios in 2019, going into 2020, that it's a year for us to fit into our Scorpio wings. Finally, know how strong our Scorpio wings are. Our Phoenix wings are. It's like you are a phoenix, but can you fly as a phoenix? Can you stand? Can you fly in the storms as a phoenix? Can you take the heat as a phoenix? You know what I'm saying? Can you really take the hardships and the intensity and the pain that it takes to be a phoenix? And I felt like this year was almost me like having to prove many strengths. I had to prove my strengths. I had to prove many things to myself. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like an inner battle with ourselves, but we also have to have an inner battle with the individuals around us. So it's been very, very, very much intense. Also, y'all excuse me if my accent is coming out a little bit because I've been talking with my Jamaican friend for every time I talk to dude, he always be like, "Oh, Dundee, yeah, big man, you big man on there." Like I didn't just talking to him for like 2 hours. It almost is very thick. His accent and his patois is so thick. It's hard for me to get it out of my tongue. So y'all excuse me if you hear I'm sorry. He's very very Jamaican, very much big lion, big man. So I apologize about that. Let me see. He's a tropical influence on my life. Let me see. Yeah, so it's like I've been able to. I almost had to re-script myself. I almost had to put myself. Then this is the thing I wanted to really tell y'all. I really wanted to tell y'all. It's almost been like a spiritual boot camp. It's almost been like a spiritual boot camp for me in the last couple of years. And as Scorpio becoming in 2019, you feel the enormous strength of our personality traits. If you've been with the Scorpio for a certain particular time, you will start to see like his strengths. If you know him, if you've been with him for a particular amount of time, you will start to see his traits, his characteristics, whatever characteristics he has, you're gonna start seeing them become stronger. If he had say for instance, he had a problem with his anger, you're gonna start seeing him near the end of this year, or if you haven't in the past month, start to see him become more calm. If he had problems with contacting and communicating with you, you will start to see the Scorpio take steps. I ain't saying change it overnight. Uh, it's going to start showing. Everything is going to start showing. All our strengths, all our characteristics are going to start showing. Everything is going to start showing. If he really loves you, he's really attached with you. Like for me, for instance, like uh, when I first started getting into situations or learning about new people, it would take me a long time to open up to them. It would take me a long time in order to understand them. It would take me a long time in order to really be friendly. I really try to open up and be this friendly character, but I really started to understand that I was in the like I'm in the right position, so to say. I'm the right person. Like I was built for to communicate with people. I've been able to communicate with people since I was a little child and talk with adults and able to be understood and be respected by adults. And now that I'm adult, I'm able to really use my gifts. I always been able to. I don't really call myself a motivational speaker or a pep talker, but I really start to I find the best. I find me personally, I'm able to look at the best in people. I like to see the most wonderful characteristics in people. I always see the best in people. Even the ones that can't might not even personally can stand don't like me or personally have some type of vendetta against me. I always been able to see the best in people. I don't care how they look or how rough they look or how rough their background is. I always been able to talk to the people from the worst backgrounds, people from the most craziest, so-called craziest backgrounds, people that were so-called racists. I've been able to talk to racists and all types of people that would be pretty scary to talk to if I had a different personality. If I was born into the so-called normal box, if I was a normal person, I wouldn't be able to have these gifts. I wouldn't be able to reach so many. I wouldn't be able to do this at such a young age. And now I'm able to use it to reach out to y'all to help you see your strengths, help you understand that you have beautiful characteristics in yourself, also. And us as Scorpios, us going into the 2020 season, I see a lot of us Scorpios uh, really embracing life, so to say, giving life a big squeeze, so to say. If even if the Scorpio is very quiet and very reserved and laid back, I see the Scorpio taking on the world in 2020. I see Scorpio uh, being a real force to be reckoned with, and as part of his life, whether it's being a real father, and or being a real husband, or being a real artist, or being a real singer, or being a real whatever. I feel that in 2020 the Scorpio is going to take all our strengths, all our talents, all our pain, all our suffering, and pull it into full circle. Everything that we have went through, whether we've been living for 5 years or whether we've been living for 500 years, all our life stages are going to start taking place. Everything that we have been through previously is going to start to show. Let me see. So true. You will see those strengths. Please hit the like button. Yeah, please hit the like button as you enter. Thank you so much, Sky 11 Hook. So there's people in here watching. They still won't give me no likes. Why are y'all not? Why y'all doing this to me? Y'all show that love. I really appreciate it. Because it's all about the love. I appreciate doing this, and it's all about the love. I really thank you so much for those who've been watching and those who've been keeping up with me. I know a lot of you will start to catch the video. I might go ahead and give y'all, since y'all been showing love, and those who have been showing love, I'm gonna give y'all that whole full throttle since we coming through the end of the year, I'm going to give y'all the full throttle and give y'all the full God by 2009 in this video. Um, as far as me having to deal with, like, I really had to, in the last couple of days, I really have been feeling the real intensity of the closing of this year of 2019. Like, I almost had an urge to make an Instagram account, even though there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I had an urge to do stuff I never really do. You'll start to see the Scorpios start to take on things that are important. We start to see what's really important and what's not important. I thought that it would be a little bit better. Maybe I could communicate with a few more of you, but I realized there's nothing better than face-to-face communication or direct communication. I want to realize I'm gonna start. I feel like Scorpio in this stage, we will start embracing our future selves. We are always looking. We always look forward to. It's weird because it is a rapper called Future. That's a Scorpio. That's kind of ironic. But we are always looking towards the future. We are always trying to be the next stage of who we are. We always trying to be ahead of what's considered to be normal. We always trying to push the envelope to a whole new plateau. So if it's normal, if it's boring, or if it's repetitive, you won't see the Scorpio doing it in the coming of this year. Even if he has a more laid back personality, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like. I don't know what's going on today, but y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. If some of you can't see it, it's on the right side of your screen. It's on the right side. It's right under the title with the thumbs up. All you gotta do is click. That's all you gotta do. I really appreciate it. Um, like I've really been trying to fight. I've really been going in the head clash with my old self, with my not my lower vibrational, not with no lower vibrational. Because once you enter the Phoenix stage, you're pretty much complete with the lizard stage. But I feel myself trying to go between eagle stage and phoenix stage, and I say that because in eagle stage you are at your higher vibration, you are at your higher level, you are at your higher wisdom, but you are still trying to find a balance. Even though I've overcame a lot of these things, even though I know I conquered a lot of these obstacles, that I've been through these certain mazes already. It's like you had that lower self in the back of your head sometimes, and it's like you know uh it wouldn't hurt. You can go back there for a little while. You can do this for a little while. It's 2020 ain't got here yet. You can be a little negative. You can take on certain lower vibrational characteristics. You don't have to be a strong person. You can be a little stupid. It's nothing wrong with being. You're surrounded by stupid people. There's millions and millions of idiots around the world, that are causing chaos. You can be a part of that. It won't hurt if you cause a little havoc. It won't hurt you if you read a little garbage magazines. It won't hurt you to watch a couple of garbage movies. You start to fight with your lower self. I feel like I feel intense battle with fighting with my lower self. You could, even though I'm at this point of being calm, and I realize that the pen is mightier than the sword, that I don't have to raise my voice, that I don't have to get ugly with people in order to get my point across. You know, and I'm learning to deal with people and communicate in a more mature mindset, in a more mature way of delivery. But you have that lower self in the back of the mind, like you can cuss them out a little bit. You can just cut. You had a guy on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And we all have it. But Scorpios, we have very intense consciousness. We have intense voices that we have to listen to. It's like it's just I want one day I'm gonna do that for y'all. I'm gonna do something for y'all, but I ain't gonna tell y'all yet. It's like you like, I'm doing good. I'm listening. I'm building myself. Then next thing you know, somebody comes in your face arguing with you, or somebody coming in your face being belligerent, or somebody comes in your face being crazy, or trying to try you, trying to pull your strings or whatever, try to see if they can get the best of you. But it's like in your lower self, your evil self, the lizard on your it's the lizard on this shoulder, and you got the phoenix on this shoulder, and the lizard is like, hey, who that person, who she thinks she talking to like that, who he think he talking to like that. You know 6 7 years ago you didn't play that. They didn't mess with you like that. They didn't talk to you like that when you was taking advice from me. They won't take it, they won't messing with you then. You was respected, you was feared. Why you can do that a little bit. You ain't gotta listen to me all the time. Just listen to me sometime. You only gonna get in a little trouble. It ain't gonna hurt you. At least they gonna get out your face. You don't gotta go. Then you got the phoenix over there. Don't do that. You're growing. You're prospering. You're becoming wiser. Be your bigger self. Be great. Be wonderful. Be prosperous. Then you gotta say that. Then you got the other side saying, "Man, you ain't trying to do that. Tell them to cuss them out and get them out your face. You ain't got to do all that." You know what I'm saying? We all have that side, but Scorpios is that much intense. And a lot of times I tell y'all that sometimes it's not the Scorpio trying to be bad. He's battling between two different stages. You know what I'm saying? And we know, just like I tell y'all, we know where we lie. Sometimes especially if you said something to him and you done something wrong towards with that Scorpio, or you can't approach that Scorpio in a negative form, he will start to become a quiet at times. He will start to back away at times because he's trying to avoid becoming that lizard when dealing with you. Because with us, we know that we can get a quick reaction and we can get quick results from being the lizard and arguing and fighting. Because when you cut somebody out, I tell them off, I become extremely aggressive with them. They don't say, they hear what you're saying loud and clear, but at the same time, you're leaving a negative impact. You're leaving a negative light. You see what I'm saying? And at certain times, we had to realize that as Scorpio, that we have to find that balance. We ain't gonna be undertone. We're not gonna talk with the undertone whatsoever. We're not gonna talk with a soft tone whatsoever. But we realize that we don't have to be ignorant. We don't have to be belligerent. We don't have to stoop down to nobody's lower level. Let them stay down there and eat the banana peels and lick the dirt off the ground. If they want to roll on their bellies as lizards with the rats and roaches and sit on the ground, you don't have to be down there with them. You should be in the air. You should be flying past that. You shouldn't even be paying it. It shouldn't even be in your eyesight. You know what I'm saying? So as when we're going to these stages, going into 2020, we found our balance. We found our middle ground where we fit in. We found out where our strengths are. We know who we are. We know what type of influence we have. We know where we're trying to go as far as the coming year. Hey, Miss Marzelli, how often does that old stinger come out, Sunshine? No, it really only comes out when we're being put in the test of times. Where you will often see the stinger try to come out when we're being tried, when our pride is being pushed to limits, when our anger is being pushed to limits, when our love and loyalty is being pushed to limits, when we're being tried by strangers, when we're being tried by family members, when we're being disrespected. That's when we're battling with our lower selves, because we know we can get. If we just sting you one time, we know we can knock you straight out the box like that. We know how to get you out of our face. Don't ever take it for instance that the Scorpio is ever scared or ever hesitating, but we know that it's not best. It's not good to deal with things on a lower level of thinking, in a lower spiritual vibration of thinking. So us as Scorpios, we're always trying to fight that. We're always trying to fight that little monster that wants to come out and just handle business and just raise all types of sand until people get the picture, become that war horse and just trample To like when you make us mad, when you make our lower selves come out, it's almost like letting a wild, untamed horse into a ballroom at a fancy party. It's like letting a wild, imagine a full-grown, thoroughbred wild horse being let off into a big ballroom. Think about how messy that would get. Think about how chaotic that would be. Think about how long it would take them to tranquilize that horse, how many people would get hurt, getting trampled. You know what I'm saying? And we know the results of us going into our lower selves. That's why you will see us try to avoid these things, try to stay away from certain people that will bring out our lower selves. We try not to even be around people that are still in their lower selves because when a person is in their lower self, they're gonna always try to bring you down to their lower self. They're not trying to challenge themselves in order to think wiser, in order to think outside the box, in order to be a stronger person. They want to bring you down, constantly bring you down, so you can't do that. So we always constantly fighting that. Uh, sounds like a Taurus. Well, what sounds like a Taurus, Miss Marzelli? I think the male Scorpios have more of a filter than the girls. Absolutely, because I think the women have more time trying to find their high selves than the men. Absolutely. Because one thing about the men in particular, as being the man Scorpio, we're gonna always try to look into always try to use some type of logic, even if it's dumb logic. We try to use some type of logic before we jump into an emotional tailspin, because we know if we jump into an emotional tailspin and we already water signs and we already have intense nature to become in tune with our emotions, we can get pretty crazy because we can take it to a whole nother level. Our emotions go way deeper than the average person. So if we really start being irrational and start jumping into some type of emotional tailspin, as though we are a woman, as though we are female or something, we will cause catastrophes. We will cause havoc because we will have no filter. We will have no self control. So a lot of times, Scorpio, we will go into a silent mode in order to prevent that. We will not talk to certain people for certain time in order to prevent our lower selves from coming out. Uh, what you just described, wild horse. I think. Oh, okay, okay. Let me make sure I got all this together. Just like I said before, make sure you like the video. Please, please make sure you like the video. Make sure you show some love. If you can donate, please make sure you donate. Make sure you like the video. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Uh, you men know how to poke the bear to be sure. I hear that, man. So I will be back. I hope y'all enjoyed this little something. I just want to give y'all, I just want to give y'all a little something, something. I know it's not a lot. It's not going to be so much people, but I do this for the love. So I really appreciate those who are in here. I appreciate those who are watching and enjoying this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see the people finally starting to like. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, and always remember the the Scorpio in 2019. This has been a year of intensity for us. This has been a year of trial and error. We already have built our strengths. We already have been through the levels and been through the trials and tribulations. We have already learned our lessons on different things. So in 2019 is almost have been, like I told y'all, it's been the boot camp. It's been like a spiritual boot camp for us as Scorpio men. It has been a preparation for us to become who we are. So 2020 is our year of execution, our year of making things happen, our year of taking on things, our year of doing what we want to do what we dreamed of doing. So I love y'all. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much for those who have been able to come in light. I know it's New Year's. I know everybody's gonna be like, "Yay, party!" Let's get the bottles popping. So I know it's only gonna be so many that tune in, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Nonetheless, I love y'all. I appreciate it. Please make sure you support, continue to support. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I'll probably be back later on to do a thank you video for all the support this year. And I'll be back soon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nina, Taya, Mary, Sky 11 Hook, Wayne Jasper, Dominique, just everybody. Just thank you so much. Forever evolving. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really love y'all. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support for my videos, because it means a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I love y'all. And I want y'all to have a wonderful, wonderful year. And I hope you enjoyed it. Peace. All my brothers, thank you so much. Slap, slap, half five. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the love. Y'all have a wonderful year. I will be back soon and do one more for y'all. A thank you video from God Body to y'all. And I appreciate the love. Please make sure you like, subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm out. Peace.